Hello and welcome. Making a trail, not following a path. Doc's hot juice, my RX formula, has produced a lot of big fish like this 65-pound king, WD-40, and this extract cap full of liquid smoke, some mushed up earthworms. Now, when you're out trolling, a lot of people use the throttle to adjust their boat speed. I like to take my screwdriver, as you saw there, and I like to adjust the motor RPM at the engine itself. It gives you more accuracy, and then when you go out of gear, back into gear, you can keep that consistent speed. And that's important when you're looking for fish over 30 pounds. This is a nice king caught in about 130 foot of water. And it was our all white with a red-headed fly, and this was his very first fish of over 30 pounds. Fishing is also a science as well as a sport, and you want to make sure that when you're out there looking for that first fish to catch, you use sharp hooks, keep your boat speed up, and as you see here with this rotating flasher, yeah, they're getting hit, but maybe my hooks aren't sharp enough. So when you get a brand new set of hooks on your fly or squid, or if you're using herring, you want to make sure you sharpen those hooks so that when the fish does bite it, it stays hooked up and you can get it to the boat. And it's exciting to watch with the underwater camera. Look at that guy. There he goes. He finally grabbed onto it and it releases. Remember, when you're out there and you're using, like for myself, I'm using an underwater camera, I'm found a school of shiners, they call them. And that's where the kings were, feeding on these little guys. Is that amazing or what, when you see a school like that together? Now, this is another set of gear, but as I troll, I like to keep the gear working all the time, and I can fish up to 6 sets of gear at once. In this shot, I want to show you this is the most proper way to reel in a fish. Now that fish is coming at him. He's reeling fast. But you notice how he's holding the rod and keeping the rod tip up? That is so important. The other thing that you'll notice here is that he's not pumping the pull, dropping and lifting, dropping. He's not. Very up in the air and constant reeling. That will produce a lot of nice fish in the boat. And as you can see here, it's not real big, but it's in the 10-pound class. And it's a good fighter. It gives him a lot of action on his fight back. And we're using the all-white fly over our green glow-in-the-dark squid. And where the hooks go in the fish's mouth. Aha! That's important. But Daryl, with his first king, was excited. Now, when I troll, I'm 38 feet wide with my trolling path. And as you can see here, these rod extenders really do help get that one more fish. Look at the spread of gear that I'm using on my boat. Those outer rods and then the rods on the inside. So everybody has a chance to get a fish in all 6 sets of gear. In the old days, I used to be able to troll with 12, but look at that double action there with the underwater camera. It really gives you an opportunity to understand. When I'm trolling, I'm looking for ledges, as you see here, because where this drop-off is, that's where those big kings like to hay, right along those ledges, and pulling the boat in and out of gear, letting it drop off that ledge, looking at the depth finder where it is. You see there's very little action right now, but then I'll put the boat back into gear, almost like I'm pulling a water skier, to get the momentum back with the rotating flasher. And if you look there, see how I pulled it in gear now and throw it real heavy? And that's to get the flasher moving again, but letting it drop down that ledge. You see that? That's where those big kings are. They lay right along that ledge area, and if you can figure it out the right way, you'll get some big fish. I want to share with you the THOKE hook. I've proven it over and over. You see how the hook doesn't go in my finger? because the point of the hook is bent downward. You see that? Now, when you build your hooks, you want to take a pair of pliers and you want to change that bend of the hook of the point to bend it upward. And then be very careful with the pliers because it'll break on you. But once you get it bent upward, look how it goes in my finger. And that's what it's going to do with the head of the fish. And then this one, if I demonstrate, see how it doesn't go in my finger? Because the point's bent downwards. And the eye of the shank is real important. Now, these are a wire hook. And what I mean by that is the hook is round. The metal that builds the hook is round. And that is a real light hook. And it's a 6/0 92553 XLT, meaning extra long tip. However, the Mustad company has changed the hook metal into a square type of metal, and it's now heavier, and I've quit using it. But the hook that I really like is a wire hook, where it just is light and it helps give better action to your fly squid combination. Look how deep it is into the head of the fish. These clients of mine over the years have caught a lot of nice fish. That's a 72-pound king that I hooked up one afternoon. I want to thank everybody for watching this and continued good success out there, you fishermen. Remember, sharp hooks, clean leaders, specializing in your technique really will put fish in the boat. God bless everyone, and hey, good continued success out there, you fishermen. Bye-bye, everyone.